Dear wanderer, today I will invite you to the mystical land of Middle-earth. I was in my early ages when I first discovered Tolkien books, and young enough to see the film adaptation made by Peter Jackson when it first came out at the cinemas. It was love for the first sight. When you dive into the pages of Tolkien's masterpiece, you are transported to the world far beyond the confines of everyday life. Middle-earth becomes a second home, a place where you can forget about your worries and immerse yourself in grand adventures. Today I want to honor the professor's work by trying to recreate one of my best scenes from the story, Doors of Durin, or the West-Gate of Moria. As we will use real stone, I need to build a proper foundation for it first. Adding some old bricks and rocks to the foundation so it will not need that much cement and water mix. Cleaning down the stones will make it easier to paint them later. As we will stack them onto each other, I will cut the edges with a stone cutter disc. Now let's work on the pond, which lays front of the gate. The stones will be mounted to each other with a metal rod, so we'll drill holes in each stone and then we stack them on each other. Between the stones we also put concrete mix as well, for more stability. We'll need to make another 2 foundations on both sides for the pillars. Making the dwarven pillars, I found an old plastic gutter, and I thought this would be a perfect mold for them. As now the concrete is drying, I will make some added ornaments to the pillars. While I was waiting for everything to dry up, I was gathering some ideas how I can make the mold for pillar ornaments. So I got some modeling clay from the art shop. The other option came up: simply just use the ground for it, as you have a very clay soil. Using melted candle wax will do the job as well. Time to paint. I'm using again masonry paint as I did before. After a few months my other projects finished, the color of them looks still as new, so we stick to this paint from now on. Paint every single piece of the composition will unify the look, and it will set the tone of the dark times Moria went through. Making the pillar, I used water and cement mix, and I added some old nails and few bamboo sticks for more stability. Adding stones to the edge of the pond will give us more detailed and interesting look. Running out of stones, I decided to split few of them with an axe. Slate stone is very easy to split, so it was perfect for me to use. For the second layer of paint, we use the technique called dry brush. Dry brush is relatively easy. Apply the paint with the very tip of your brush, and after paint off the excess on paper or other material, so your brush is almost dry. Adding more squareness to the pillars, as it is more dwarf-like design, I have used hexagonal wall shelves as mold for the base and top. These pre-made concrete tiles will be perfect to hold on the trees on each side. I also decided to cut out the holes for the pots so I can hide the trees and they can be movable. Also, the bigger pots will give you more room to grow. Although two ancient holly trees guarded the West-Gate of Moria, I'm using Japanese larch. The seasonal change on the leaf presented every season will be just perfect for the mountains. I'm glad to announce that for this video I partnered up with Wazakura Japan. Their desired goal is to make quality tools accessible to everyone, while keeping the traditional Japanese craftsmanship alive. This is why all their tools are designed and manufactured in local Japanese workshops. Using the tools for a while now, I can say that when you pick them up at the first time, you will feel the difference in your hands. You can find below my affiliate link and discount code, which will grant you a one-time 10% off discount. Wiring the larches now is a bit late. The best time would be just when the buds start to open up, so you can apply the wire when there's no much foliage on them. So in this case I will need to be very careful, as I was caught up some other works before. Adding some more details to the pillars, I used hexagon bathroom tile as well. To make it fully functional as waterfall, I added a small pond under the mountains as well, and used aquarium pump to keep the water flow. If you have not seen how I used it in the previous project, I will leave the link in the description. And with the final touches to the project is done. Thank you so much for watching, and let me show you Doors of Durin. the West-Gate of Moria.
Beneath the roots of mountain tall, where nameless things abound and crawl, where dungeons creak and caverns sigh, and stars forsake the stony sky. How strange it was to be disturbed from slumber by those stunted curs, the din of smiths, the drunken roars, the ring of picks on precious oars. Alas, in lust for precious things, they drew too close to my domain. As pale as bone their faces grew, for sleep to me is precious too. And now their hollow halls are hushed, alone again and undeterred. I'll sleep until I'm next bestirred.